Hello and welcome back to your art class. I'm very happy that you came back to join me to do some art today. It is a lovely grey day in Berlin. I've been out and got blown around by the rainy wind this morning, so that was nice. And now I'm back inside and it's nice and cosy, and we're going to do a very nice, cute drawing, I think, relatively straightforward compared to last week, and it should be really nice. So let's see what we can come up with. Grab your pen and your paper and your paintbrush and your colours if you have them. You could also colour it in with anything you have, and let's get going. All right, I'm using this pen today. I'm using my rotary pen, so hopefully it won't smudge. Let's just hope that it works because it's a little bit old. I haven't used it for a while, but let's see. And I've got my watercolour paper, watercolours, but you can do this on printer paper with a biro if you want to. It should just be a nice drawing. Also, I've got a hot water bottle here because it's cold, so that's what any weird noises is, or noises are rather, if you hear anything. Okay, let's get started. So we're going to start up on the top right hand corner of your page, and we're just going to draw a small kind of mound like this. It can be a little bit further over this way if you want. Okay. Then we're going to draw a line that comes from this point down and kind of curves out a little bit like this. Okay, then we're going to leave a little gap from here to here, about a finger, maybe like a small finger's width. I've put a little point there, and we're going to draw a line that comes out and around. So it comes out and around. So it's kind of in a diagonal line to this. Then we're going to extend this line a little bit further in the same direction. I don't mean to have this little moment here. It should just be in the same straight line. It doesn't matter either way. And then we're going to do 1, 2, 3 curves around. So we do one. It's a similar size to the one that we did up here, maybe a little bit smaller. Then we do a second one, and then a third one. And you see they're kind of getting like shorter, I suppose. I don't know if shorter is the right way, but they're not all like bum, bum, bum. They're like bum, 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 like so. So it kind of curves around like this. Okay. Then around here, so it's not going to be from up here, it's going to be from down here a little bit. We're going to draw a line that comes out in a diagonal to the end of your page here. Don't worry if you don't have that much room here, you can kind of adjust it. Then we're going to draw another line from kind of the end bit here out, getting slimmer as it goes towards the end bit here. Then we're going to finish this shape, depending on how much space you have, with 2 cute little bum, basically, for lack of a better description. Okay, then we're going to think about this shape here and imagining that it kind of curves around. We're going to draw a line that comes out of here and kind of curves towards this one, but don't draw the whole line. So you want a little bit of space there. Then we're going to draw 2 V shapes here. So it doesn't necessarily matter how big. I've gone for about that big, but they could be slightly bigger or slightly smaller, depending on, again, how much space you have. And I'm just going to draw this line leaning halfway into the V shape here. Okay, now we're going to draw 2 lines that come out of the base of the V's, kind of coming down, but could be going in this direction a little bit, you see? Down and down. And then at the bottom of these 2 lines, we're going to draw little claw feet, giving it away of what it is, but you probably already guessed. Cute little claw feet like this, Bum bum. But again, you can do your own version of that. So obviously this is a bird, or rather a pigeon, but could it be a different kind of bird? I don't really know about bird anatomy, but yeah, we're going for pigeon today. So we just need to finish it off by doing the little beak up here. So you could have a completely different beak to a usual pigeon beak. But if you want the usual one, from the bottom bit here, I'm going to draw a line that comes kind of up and around. So it's slightly curved, ever so slightly. And then on the top, I'm going to draw like a little bean shape, like this. And then I'm just going to connect the curve like that. So I'll bring it up so you can see a little bit closer if the camera humours me. Little bean shape like this. And also there's the little feet that you can see. And then you can kind of adjust however you want to. The top, you obviously have to put an eye in because that's going to bring the drawing alive. Very exciting. And I'm just going to put the eye around here. And now you could give the drawing a little bit of personality. So you could give it like a side eye looking this way or looking forward. You see? Or you could do a big eye, lots of eyelashes, whatever. And then we're going to add some more embellishment to the body because it's looking a little bit plain, a little bit basic, and we don't like basic, we like to go lavish around here. So we're going to add more, basically, feathery goodness. So we can do lots of U shapes, basically, up here because the breast is very feathery. I'm going to do maybe like a little collar. Sorry, you can't quite see that, can you? Little collar like this, but again, I'm just ad-libbing here. Got a little choker going on. Might actually add a little, I don't know, something to make it look like it is accessories. Add a little circle onto the beak there. Could add a few wafts of hair. I'm going to add a cheek that I'm going to paint later. But again, doing whatever you want to do, you are free. I'm going to add a little bit of hair on the belly. We like a hairy belly for our pigeon. And then when it comes down to this bit, I'm going to add like a little jagged line to suggest that that's the tail feather. It still looks a little bit odd to me, so maybe I'll add a little bit of shading or a little bit of decoration rather underneath here, which I'll paint a darker colour. And same here, I might add just more decoration, but you can really play. It's like he's got little frou-frous on, little stockings. And I like this kind of drawing because you really can just play. Spend however long you have just embellishing, adding like a hat or like a little bag or like a little, I don't know, something something. And then of course our pigeon needs to be standing somewhere, you know, it's not just floating around in space, it's not in flight. You can see the wings are like shut too. Do you know what? I'm going to have a secret, something secret coming out here, but what am I going to have? I'm thinking on the spot here. Maybe like a little banana. That's all I can think of. I don't know why. A banana. I had a banana this morning. It was quite nice. I like my bananas slightly browning so that they're extra sweet. And when I put it in my bag, I had an appointment, put it in my bag, and by the time I came out of the appointment it was nice and brown and I really enjoyed it. Little secret banana. Don't ask me why, but just wanted to add a bit of personality, you know. Adding a little rim there, maybe a little backpack. Oh my goodness, yeah, I'm going to add a little backpack onto their back. So just do like a line like this. This is the lid. Obviously the strap is coming over there into the armpit. Oh, and then the little straps coming here. Maybe a little side pocket. What could be coming out of the side pocket? This is the bit where the back breathes. Maybe some paint brushes. Maybe this pigeon is also an artist. I don't know, have I lost it? Have I lost it? Maybe. I'm going to bring it up so you can show you, sorry. The details. So I have my little secret banana, my little backpack. It still looks a bit weird, but that's okay. That's a little top bit, and then this bit is going to be painted a darker colour, but let me just sort that out. Feeling not that inspired in terms of the facial features, but maybe I'll do some paint effects on it rather. Okay, and then I'm going to put it on a rocky terrain. And maybe I'll just do you know what? If in doubt, put a mountain in the background, and then your painting will look really cool. Oh, got an email, very exciting. It wasn't your email, don't freak out. And then I'm going to do some really poor clouds as well in the background. Because I don't want to put any effort in to the background. But maybe I'll do another cloud here. Because sometimes when you give yourself clouds in the sky, it helps because then you don't have to paint it so quickly, because you have like all this respite up here where you're not going to get a drying mark, and then you bring it down here and blah blah blah. That would make sense to some people who have painted before. Just really random, whatever. Mountain, boom, see? And now it's like there's a story here. This pigeon is like on an adventure. Energy, artist stuff, who knows what they're going to get up to. Okay, so that is my drawing. Now I'm going to do some painting. So I've got my brush, as always, oops, and my watercolours here. So let's get going. So I'm going to give Mr. Pigeon or Miss Pigeon or Ms. Pigeon, not sure of the gender, a little red pink situation, just mixing all them together at the top here. I'm just going in with quite a wet loaded brush because I think I'll probably drag the colour down quite far, although no, I've drawn this little choker, haven't I, so maybe that will be the area. And I drew this little cheek, which I'll probably do yellow or orange for a contrast. So I just controlled my paint application there, even though it's quite wet, because I wanted it to be really nice and full of colour. And then I'm going to also do the red at the base here. Bottom, base. I wanted to say both words, so I said base. So just getting quite a lot of colour off of my brush, laying it kind of flat, tapping it in because I've still got my brush is quite loaded, but I want to kind of fade it up. So I'm just tap, 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 and I'm just going to tap the paint off my brush a little bit, kind of get a clean-ish brush and just gently kind of pull it up here. And then the colour should gently go from strong to light, and you have that nice tonal variation going on. Do you see that? Also, this is hot water bottle noise. Again, I'm just uncrossing my legs and crossing them the other way. Has to happen. But yeah, this will look quite nice, and it will dry slightly differently, and I might add in another colour in a minute. I'm going to go for like a yellowy kind of mane. I've got my Naples yellow and my cadmium yellow here. Naples yellow is there to just kind of tone down the cadmium a little bit. I'm going to do this on the wing, because I'm going for like a warm kind of sunset, dusk, or sunrise even. Sunrise, starting the day well, full of hope. I'm just going to paint over this arm of the bag, and then I'll go over it later once it's dry. And maybe I will tap into the colour up here, get a slightly wet brush, and just let the two colours kind of merge. I think that the reds will be more dominant. Yeah, so they're going to pull down. Oh, it's my speech impediment there. Pull down to create this lovely warm orangey situation. And I don't mind a little bit of texture as it gets dry. So I'm going to bring this down a little bit. Although I've noticed this banana needs to be yellow so that it is clearly a banana. We don't want any questioning of that. So I'm going to change up my colour here. And I want to add a little bit of maybe purple would be nice. So I'm going to just rub that out and rather fade it in. Thing is, if you mix purple with yellow, it can get a little bit muddy for my liking. So I'm going to clean my brush, go into my reloaded purple since last week. This is Windsor Purple Dioxide, I think. And we'll just start down here. I used this purple a lot more than I would imagine, you know. Obviously it's not a primary colour, and you can mix your own purples, but I do like this one, and I find it actually very useful. It comes in very handy. Sorry, I don't know why I'm talking with a stupid accent today. Excuse me. So I want the bottoms of the little legs here to be a different colour, so I'm going to just stop the purple kind of there, because I know that the purple is a very dominant colour. You can see here it's kind of just like gone into this yellow, but I want to bring it up a little bit more because I've got to be a bit careful around the banana if I want the banana to be nice and crisp. So, although it's kind of dry. Ooh, I don't know if you can see, you probably can't see in detail what's going on with the colours here, but it's lovely. This purple really just spreads itself out. But I don't want it to get muddy, so I'm getting a nice clean brush, and I'm kind of just helping the two colours blend together. I'm kind of touching it in. That's so nice, I love it. I'm going to go in again with more because I want it to be deeper down here. And it's already kind of dried because obviously the watercolour paper just sucks up the wet colour. It's not fully dry, but it's dry enough. Because, yeah, you want to let it dry enough that when you reapply, you're not lifting old colour, which I am doing a tiny little bit here, but that's okay. You know that I'm impatient, so I'll have to live with the consequences of that. Bring it up, nice. And then I want little yellow fruits, I think. So again, clean my brush off, get the yellow. and I don't mind if it blends a little bit. Okay, and then I've just got a kind of clean brush and I'm just edging it up a little bit so it's not so much of a, but do you see what I mean? It gets a little bit like, basically looks brown when you do the yellow and the purple together, so I don't necessarily want that, but I quite like how the paint is kind of doing its thing. This looks a little bit, oh, focus again, hello, hello. This looks a little bit too stark though, is that the right word, stark? So I'm going to soften it with a bit of yellow, make it more of an orangey situation. And all that work that I did earlier still stands because look at how deep that looks now. It looks so nice. I'm gonna go in with a slightly reddy, pinky bit here for the, just add a little bit of depth. Depth is the word that I use all the time, I know, but it's such a handy word. And I might even just get my orange, my cadmium orange, just not too much of it, and just do a little bit of a cadmium situation here to just warm up the breast bit a little bit. Again, I don't mind if it's textured because we're kind of painting wet on dry, which means that there's quite a lot of control. Actually, maybe I'm going to add cadmium orange here because I was wondering what to do. Because this bit's a bit too stand outy. This is not the main thing of the painting, so this kind of just frames the thing, but not too much. Maybe I'm going to be lazy and just drag it down. Cute. And then banana's pretty good actually. Maybe I'll just add a tiny bit more cadmium yellow to make it pop. I've got too much on my brush there, it's gonna go all over the place. Honestly, thank goodness watercolour paper absorbs water quickly, because otherwise this would be absolute mess. It would be all over the place. And then the backpack, what colour would the backpack look good? I think I'm going to have to go for like a purple backpack situation, because then it will balance out the dark, but maybe a slightly lighter version of it, so like a watered down purple. Just paint the whole thing, and then I can go back in later and add details if I want to. But I'm feeling a bit lazy in terms of like details today, so, and that's all right. This arm I'm probably gonna paint later so that it's darker, but that's kind of nice, isn't it? A little lilac backpack. Okay, now background wise, the foreground I'm going to do darker, and this background I'm going to do a lot more watery. And I'm going to also pick up some of the pinky tones. So actually I'm going to get my brush, I might flip it around just to make it easier for me, and start with the sky. And I just want to like basically wet the whole sky with this watery pink, really as quickly as possible so that I don't get any drying lines. See how I'm kind of like wiggling my brush into where I've previously painted, which kind of rubs out any drying lines that we're trying to form. I'm being very slapdash here, so there's probably going to be colour that goes into the clouds, but that's alright, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to go up to here, and then I'll do that bottom bit in a minute. Then, because I just want to touch in bits of yellow, you know, that sunset, sunrise vibe, keeping with the warm colours. I'm going a bit wild here with my brush. Bits of pink as well, and maybe even bits of purple. Why not? But this purple, see how it just dominates. I'm finding it quite hard to see. It's a lot going on. It's going to dry and look completely different. Don't worry. Painting upside down is not that helpful for that. Okay. Then the mountain, I'm going to do again, I might add a tiny bit of blue, just for a bit of change. And then just kind of randomly dragging it on. I want it to be relatively wet, because it's like a soft focus, you know, it's not the main event. A little bit down here as well. Add a little bit blue to my clouds, which I know they would have the reflection of the sky. I know they wouldn't be blue, but look, I want a bit of contrast. We don't play by the rules here. Then I'm going to get my black. Now I know that black is controversial, but you know what? Sometimes you just need a little bit of black. With my indigo, I just want to ground this pigeon, you know, and dark colours in the foreground help. And I'm too impatient to like mix up a real dark colour, so I just use black. I know, it's naughty. Normally I only use black for mixing with my brown for my hair when I'm doing my Nessdoes illustrations to do my hair. That's usually pretty much the only time I'll use it, because I know black can kill a painting. Dragging it down. So I'm just adding a little bit of extra water to this mid foreground, so that the focus is here and not here, but it's still the same colour. And then I'm just gonna drag that even further up to this background, and then I can kind of blah blah blah, you know what I mean. I'm happy enough with that. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's all right. Maybe I'll add in a few little tints of pink in the top here to suggest in the clouds that it's picking up the sky, so it looks way more realistic, you know. And then I need to do the little beak, because I forgot to do that. So I've got a clean-ish brush, yeah. And I'm going to do yellow, classic yellow beak here, and it should be dry enough for me to touch that on. Again, I've got quite a lot of paint and water on my brush, so I want to be a bit wary. It's not going to bleed into the background. And a little orange cheek, I think. I'll show you a close-up in a min. Little cheek. And then this little nugget or bean on the top I would like to do in purple, but I'm nervous that it's going to run into the yellow that I've literally just painted. In an ideal world I would wait, but you all know that's not going to happen. Oh yeah, you can see my my wispy hair coming in, sorry. Concentrating. Well, that's as good as it's going to get for now. So you can see full of paint. And this little bit here, this little crack of back, sounds horrible, but I forgot here, so the mountain would come down and you'd see it come there. Now I know this pen is going to be wet, but do you know what, maybe I will wait, because I need to basically just fill in the background a tiny bit there so that it looks like it is part of the background. But overall, that is it. Finished. What do you think? Do you like your bird? Do you like my bird? Pigeon? Do you like the epic background that we just whipped up? Pretty amazing. So yeah, let's bring you up. So there we have our cute little drawing and painting. A little pigeon person. Well, not really a person, I suppose, more of like a pigeon adventurer. Adventure pigeon? Is that going to be the title? I think so. I hope that you enjoyed painting and drawing it with me, and I'm super intrigued to hear if you did the same colour palette or if you did a different colour palette, like maybe greens or blues or multicoloured. So let me know, as always, how it went for you. You can send me pictures on Instagram, or you can just write in the comments what you did or how it went, because it always makes me really happy to see how it is for you lot. And thank you so much for joining me today, and thank you also for, if you saw my last video, got so many more views than all my other videos, so I don't know what YouTube was doing, but I'm like, thank you. Spreading the joy of drawing ugly pictures, I love it. So if you enjoyed it today and you want to join me next time, then I will see you next week. We're aiming for one a week. So yeah, I will see you next time. Thank you so much for joining me, and take care of yourselves. Bye!